My humble Sitaram once again, as we assemble here this afternoon, this morning to be precise, we are here to celebrate the life of this departed. But it's an occasion that none of us was invited for. We never thought to ourselves that we would be here a day like today for something like this. But it happened. We have to be here to pay our last respects. Do you know why? It is because death, no one ever makes preparation for it, but it comes. It comes. When we are born, we tell ourselves that we will grow and we will get older, but we do not know for a fact if tomorrow is guaranteed for us. We do not know if tomorrow is guaranteed for us. But yet we tend to live. Today, the passing of this one individual, this one person, this one mother, this sister, a grandmother, a great-grandmother, an aunt, a neighbor. Look how many relationships are being broken today because of the loss of one individual. So many relationships that we spent years trying to build is being broken in an instant by just the loss of one individual. That is why we have to live a life so that we embrace each other. We go close to each other, so when it is our time to go, we live a life of satisfaction in this life here. This life is very short. Let me tell you that. This life is very short. From the minute you're born, you begin to die. From the minute that you are born, you begin to leave this world. That is why we have to live a life of satisfaction, peace, and contentment. We have to live very good with everyone around us, our neighbors, our family, our friends. Treat our parents appropriately. Embrace brothers and sisters. Speak kind words to your neighbors, because you never know what tomorrow brings. Tomorrow may bring joy, yet it may bring sorrow. You do not know. That is why always live a life whereby should something unexpected knock on your door, you are prepared for it. You are prepared for it. You know, when we go to the store or a supermarket and we buy a product, we look on the label for the expiration date. When this product will expire, when it will become no good anymore, no use to us. But when we come in this world, we do not have an expiration date. Yes, we have, but we are not seeing it. That is why time and time again I encourage everyone, try to live as close as possible to everyone, because look how this world is turning these days. Neighbors are envying the progress of each other. Brothers and sisters are envying each other because of a portion of wealth. Children are hating their parents because their parents are trying to seek what is best for them. This is true. Children love to do what they like, not what is best prescribed for them. This is what our world is turning to. In fact, the world is not turning to anything. This is what the people are turning to. Look at the world is here. The sun, the moon, the stars, the trees, every single thing, the wind, everything. Nothing has changed. We are the one trying to change. We are trying to adapt to the vastness of society, and we are losing our morals, our culture, our respect, not only for our elders and people around us, but for our own self. That is why try to live a life of peace and contentment, so that you have no regret in this life. You know, for example, let's say someone come and ask you for something, and you have, but because of your ego within you, you say, man, me not get man, go on your way. An hour later, you hear something happens to that person. Who do you think will suffer more in a situation or an instance like that? You will become the victim, because you know why? You will tend to live with a burden of grief in your heart. Give freely and you will receive freely. Live like that. That is how to conduct yourself. And by these little instances and these little changes that you can make in your life can make you a better individual, not only to your household, but to your community at large. Greet everyone with a smile. Say hello to everyone. Put your hands in supplication to the Lord every single morning that you are granted a new day. Because when we are enjoying this life that we have, there are people are fighting for their life, fighting to see another tomorrow. While we are enjoying bountiful of food, there are people worrying if there will be any for them tomorrow. This is how the world is. That is why you have to be content. And that is why you need to embrace each other. Because we believe in one thing. Hand wash hand, make hand turn clean. So if you live loving to each other, don't you think people will live loving back to you? If you want to change the world, start by changing yourself. You be the change that you want to see in this world. And the first change we need to make is to embrace our parents, embrace our brothers and sisters. Because death, let me tell you this, death has no race, death has no religion, death has no creed. When you die, all of us is going to the same place. All of us is going there. That is why do not look at standards and status in life. Do not look unto each other. Look how you can help to make it better. Look what is best for your parents and everyone around you. That is how you need to live. That is how we need to think. Because if tomorrow comes and we do not live to see tomorrow, you will never ever go with a heart of regret. But you will go with a life of peace and contentment. You know why I am saying this? Because when I look closely at this Martha G, she's approximately, I think, 80 years old. She was soon to be 80. She's 79 years old, vastly approaching 80. And to live to see that age in this modern time, tell yourself you had to do a lot of good. You had to do a lot of good, or you have to do a lot of good to see that. You tell yourself that. Because look how what is happening today. So you have to do a lot of good to reach to see that age. That is why we can say she fairly lived a life of peace and contentment. Look at how her children embraced her, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. They are here to embrace her, to support her. Who could not have made it, their regards are here for her. Their heart, their mind, their thoughts are here with her because they know or they knew or they still remember what she did for them. Being a mother of a family, it is not easy. Me being the gentleman, being a young man, I have my mother. I see the commitment my mother makes, and I can tell all mothers make a lot of sacrifice for a family. Sacrifice we never expect. We never even dreamed of. A mother makes for her. A mother would prefer not to eat, but make sure all her children have something in their stomach. Let me tell you a little story. There was a mother, she had a son. So she didn't have one eye, she only had one. She didn't have a pair of eyes, she only had one eye. So every day when she would take her son to school, his friends would tell him, "Oh, look at your mother, she got one eye and we're scared, we don't want to be around you because your mother is ugly." So every day he go and he tell his mother. So one day he says, "I don't want you to take me back to school, I will go myself because you're making me look shame in front of everyone and my friends." So when he got about 10 years old, she teach him how to go to school himself. Anytime he had to go somewhere or invite his mother, he would never do that because he was so ashamed of his mother because she had one eye. Eventually he grew up to be a man for himself and he started to work. And his mother went to his promotion party and his friends there said, "Look at your mother, how can you even feel comfortable bringing your mother, look at her." And his mother leave. Eventually he got married and he migrated. He never called his mother. He never tried to get on to his mother. So one day, she decides to visit him. So when she went and she knocked on the door, she saw two little kids. They came to open the door and they started to scream. And they ran in the house and told their mother that there was an ugly someone at the door. So then, he got on to her and tell her that, "I do not want you to come back to my house. You're scaring my kids. You already scare my friends. Now you're scaring my family." So what she did, she went away. She never tried to go back to his home. Eventually one day she passed away. So he heard about it and he went. So when he went, one of the neighbors gave him a note. And when he began to read that note, he felt so sorry, not for his mother, but for himself. Did you know why? In the note it read that when you were small, you met with an accident and you lost your eye. But because I am a mother and I feel your pain, and I did not want you to see the world with one eye, I took my eye and I gave it to you. So you can see the world with both eyes. So you see the sacrifice a mother makes for a child? Many of us, child or children, knew the sacrifice our parents make for us, but yet we want to see more. It is until they are gone, then we want to do what's best for them. Do what's best for them when they are alive. That is why this mother can go in such a loving way, because this family is satisfied with the role that she have played in their life. They are satisfied with the role because she have played many roles in this family. And let me tell you this finally, a mother is a backbone for any home. You can have the best of house, but a mother can make it into a home. A mother is a backbone for any home.